Are you looking to speed up your single-stage reloading process? Well, Inline Fabrication has some pretty cool solutions for that. Let's talk about it. Hey there, Kyle Shields from UltimateReloader.com. Here at Ultimate Reloader, we really like our inline fabrication gear. We recently covered the inline wall panel system, so go check that out if you're interested in seeing how you can clean up your bench top without having to have everything scattered around your bench, so you can store things really nicely on the wall instead. But we also use the quick change ultra mount all the time, and in fact I have one of these at home myself. I really do like it. Being able to quickly change between your presses, your trimmers, or other tools like even vices, for example, is really nice. So if you don't have one, definitely go to Inline Fabrication and check out their ultra mount systems. What we have here is we have a case ejection system for, in this particular case, a single stage press, the Rockchucker Supreme. And then we also have a die storage rack for your bench top. So this is a nice option for those that don't want to mount something to the wall, or if you're like me, you live in an apartment and you can't go drilling holes in the wall, but you still want to keep things organized. So unboxing both of these were really simple. I'll talk about the die storage first. Getting this out of the box was pretty uneventful, pretty straightforward. Comes nicely wrapped. You just unbox it, pull it out of the wrapping, and you're ready to go. So in this case, we only have the single die storage unit, but you can also expand the unit with more die storage racks, or you can extend it with things like shell holder plates or collets. It's made of thick steel and it's powder coated. It's really well made. It's really heavy, and you have the option of mounting it to the bench if you like. But with the weight of it, I really don't feel like you need to do that. I think it's pretty neat being able to move it wherever you like and closer and further from your reloading session as needed. It holds up to 18 dies, and in this case we have the standard 7/8 die version. They do make a lock and load bushing version as well, which means the openings are bigger so you can drop your bushings in and not have to remove them. Also keep in mind you will need lock rings on your dies, which is probably a given. You probably already have lock rings on your dies anyway, but keep that in mind if you want to store your dies on here, otherwise they'll just fall right through. Now for the case ejection system, what came with it was the base plate. You get 2 bins, you get a chute, and you get the case ejector spring and a bracket for that spring. So installing the case eject system was pretty straightforward. Since we already had the Rockchucker Supreme here mounted to a quick change plate, I had to first remove the press from the plate. And then how this works is that this base plate for the case eject system will sandwich between the ultra mount plate and the press itself. Now keep in mind you can install the base plate for the case eject system standalone, meaning if you want to keep your press mounted to the bench directly, you can still install this base plate. You can also use it with the standard ultra mount, so the non-quick change system. So it works in multiple configurations, whichever suits you best, but it's a little tricky to install like one-handed in a single person, but if you just take your time, you can make sure everything's lined up, then put your bolts through here and then start tightening things down, maybe realign if needed. Don't forget to put the bracket on first before you put your nylock nut on. So make sure you have that on first so you can install your case eject spring. So after I got the base plate cinched down, I installed the case eject spring and made sure I had a shell holder here. And what I was looking for is making sure that this case eject spring was sitting not quite all the way over, but almost all the way over to the opening of the shell holder here. And then after that, I installed the chute. It's just simply a Velcro piece, so you can easily remove it if you need to. But I installed the chute onto one of the bins. And after that, I gave it a quick test run. What's pretty neat though too, is just like this die storage here, there's not 18, but there are 3 areas that you can use to store standard 7/8 dies with lock rings as well. What I want to do next is show you how this thing works. It's pretty cool, so let's get to it. So using the case ejection system is really straightforward once you have it set up and ready to go. I have some 223 virgin brass here that are already primed and through a charge in. We're going to be using the 62 grain Berry's bullet. So this is just duplicating Guy's practice load he did a while back, and also using the same load that I did for the Mark 7 bulk 223 reloading. I really do like these practice loads. They're a lot of fun to shoot. So what you want to do when you're using the case eject system is you don't want to insert a case at the bottom of the stroke here. And the reason is because this case ejection spring is going to get in your way and maybe potentially fight you a little bit. So you want to raise the ram about halfway until you see the spring clear your shell holder. And then you can go ahead and insert a case. So in my case here for bullet seating, since instead of sizing, again, I just wanted to load some ammo and get it going. This is going to be a little slower than if you were just sizing, especially something like pistol. So you can really quickly fly through some full-length sizing. It's nice to be able to not have to focus on removing the case. I can just let go like that. So I'll do one more here to show you. And that's all there is to it. All right, so in conclusion, I really do like the case eject system. I'd be interested to try it with full-length sizing next time instead of bullet seating, because I really feel like you could streamline your process once you get in the groove when you're full-length sizing instead of having two operations to do. But as you can see, it worked great with bullet seating as well. And another thing to note is I really was impressed by this die storage rack, mostly just because what surprised me was the build quality. When I unboxed it, it had a lot more weight to it and heft to it than I expected. It's really well made, and having the option to expand your storage with it is a pretty neat concept. What I'd like to know is, do you guys have any inline fabrication gear, whether it's the case eject system, and they don't just make it for the Rock Chucker Supreme, by the way, it's available for other presses as well. But have you used that case eject system? Have you used the Ultra mounts? And also, what is your reloading setup like? What is your most reloaded cartridge? Mine here at Ultimate Reloader lately has been a lot of 223, but at home I really often load 6.5 Creedmoor. So those are my top two choices, but let me know in the comments section below. Until next time, I'll see you all later.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, we're on Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, where we've got unrestricted content, and Instagram. Make sure to follow us on all those channels. Ultimate Reloader also has a commercial solutions division serving law enforcement, the military, and the gun industry. We have some unique capabilities, including a comprehensive suite of recoil testing and evaluation capabilities, trigger profiling, and more. If you're interested in custom rifles like what we build here on the channel or gunsmithing services, you're going to want to go to rifles.ultimatereloader.com and get on the wait list. Thanks again for watching.